What is up, everybody? Cedars back. So we're going to talk about the Rangers versus Canucks from yesterday, October 20th. Another day, another L. But a better second and third period effort. We'll do the stats, then I'll give my own individual. Well, we'll just do it like every other normal video. You know, I'm gonna end up rambling at some point. Shots on goal, they outshot us 43-40. They outface off us 67% to 33%. No power play goals for the Rangers. Canucks went 1 for 3. Hits were even at 22. They had 13 blocks. We had 14. We had 22 giveaways. They had 10. Giveaways were definitely a huge issue for the Rangers against the Canucks, especially in that first period. Take a look at the individual stats here. Panarin had 5 shots on goal and a goal. Ryan Strome received 18 minutes and 42 seconds of ice time. He had a good game. He certainly earned that 18 minutes. I'm not going to shit on him for that. Kreider played almost 20 minutes. He played 19:09. Howden had a really good game, but only played 13 minutes, 13 seconds. Kakko had a fucking awesome game. Played 13 minutes, 45 seconds. Elias Anderson, 8 minutes, 48 seconds. Lemieux, 16:29. Played more than Buchnevich, 16:17. And Zibanejad played 23:57. David Quinn, what the fuck with this ice time? What is happening? What is he doing? Okay, look, I like Brendan Lemieux a lot. I really do. I think Lemieux's awesome. I think he's a good Ranger. I also think he's a good fourth liner. Why is Brendan Lemieux getting more power play time? Because Buchnevich only had 11 seconds of power play time. Why is Brendan Lemieux seeing the ice more than Pavel Buchnevich? One of our most successful players and one of our biggest breakout players of this season so far. Like one of the most improved players if you're doing strictly eye test. And the fourth liner is getting more ice time than him. How does that work? How does that happen? Elias Anderson had a freaking awesome game. Played 8 minutes, 48 seconds. Kaapo Kakko, probably his best game to date. 13 minutes, 45 seconds. Brett Howden, awesome game. 13 minutes, 13 seconds. I just don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. How these guys have good games, yet he puts them in the doghouse and gives them no ice time. It makes zero sense to me. Defensively, Trouba played 22-41. Zibanejad led all skaters on ice time, by the way. Not Jacob Trouba, your number one defenseman. Mark Stoll, 18-03. Actually, Stoll had a tough start, but then finished pretty strong. Foxy, 16-26. Actually, Foxy had a really good game. So did Libor Hayek. Hayek played awesome. He played 18-10. Brendan Smith played 10-28. Brady Shea, 18-26. Tony DeAngelo, 20-18. I thought DeAngelo was our second best defenseman. I thought Trouba was the best defenseman, but DeAngelo was making a case to be the number 2 guy. Nothing against Brady Shea. He's just having a tough go of it to start the season. I don't know. I feel like Brady Shea's in limbo. I feel like he's caught between being a two-way defenseman and a defensive defenseman. To be honest with you, I think if Brady Shea just settles down and plays his game, there's no pressure on him anymore to be the number 1 guy here in New York. So if he just bears down, he'll be fine. I like Brady Shea very much, and I believe in him a lot. So I'm not gonna be worried about him at all. Hank shut out the second and third period, but that first period was yikers, and it happened fast too. But I'm not going to put a lot of blame on him. He left that game despite giving him 3 goals with a 93 save percentage, so that's saying something. Yeah, it's just hard to watch, man. It sucks losing like that. Because Markstrom, I'm going to give Jacob Markstrom a lot of credit. He stood on his freaking head at the end of that game. That third period, he was bombarded. I wish I could see time on possession or time in the Canucks defensive zone and the Rangers offensive zone. I want to see what those numbers were for the third period because we dominated them. I would say about 75% of that period is played in their zone. We killed in the third period. But like 610 Barstool said on Twitter, and I even when I tweeted about it, I gave him credit for it. It's got to be a 60-minute effort. You can't sit out for 20 minutes and expect to win by playing a hard 40 minutes. It's just sometimes the team's going to get better chances. They're going to get, I guess, we'll use the word luckier, even though it doesn't really have much to do with luck, but your team will get luckier in the first 20 minutes than you will in the last 40, and that's just how hockey is. We just need a better full game effort. I think, just looking around, I think Heedle's going to be in the NHL by Tuesday. I would be surprised if he wasn't. I think we're going to see Haley out of the lineup. and we'll probably see something along the lines of Kreider, Zibanejad, Panarin. Then you got Book, probably Buchnevich with Howden and Hedel on the right side, and then the third line you get hopefully Lias, and then you just fill in the rest because I want Lias as the 3C. But this shit's getting tough, man. I mean, it's going to be a long season. I want the Rangers to make the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to happen. A lot of it comes down to how David Quinn's deploying his players. Like, there's no reason that Brendan Lemieux gets 2 minutes 8 seconds of power play time and Pavel Buchnevich gets 11 seconds of power play time. How does that make sense? Okay, I can't make heads or tails of it. And first of all, Chris Kreider should not be on that first freaking power play unit. My most ideal first power play unit, you have Zibanejad low, Trouba and Panarin at the points, Buchnevich on the left side, and either Jesper Fast or Brett Howard or someone in front of the net that can deflect pucks because screening's not doing enough because Chris Kreider's not screening. And the guy could not shoot a puck to save his freaking life. Something's got to give. Something has got to give. Start off 2-0, we drop 4 in a row. It's hard, man. It stinks. And we're a young team, and they're going through learning curves, but I feel like these are winnable games if David Quinn's not, like, dicking around on the freaking bench. I really feel like he's just, I don't know. He's in, like, limbo. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing sometimes. I feel like he makes these boneheaded mistakes. Like, I think he's treating these kids too much like little kids and not like NHL, like, adults. I mean, Kakko's 18. I get it. Elias Anderson's 2021. And they're still kids, compared to, most of the other players on the team. But, after a while, you got to show these guys that you can believe in them at the same time. What are you going to teach the 25-year-old Brady Shea by benching him because he had a tough couple periods, a tough couple minutes? What are you really teaching him? Say, hey, like, tap my shoulder, buckle down right now. We need you. You know how far that would go if you tell a player, we need you? I never coached, the oldest age division I ever coached, and it wasn't even ice hockey, it was freaking ball hockey. But I've coached 18U. I've coached kids. I've coached, not to a high level, but I've coached. And I'm the kind of coach where I like to get my players involved. I don't like to holler and scream and make people pay for making mistakes. My philosophy is you gotta tell the player that they're important. They have to know they're important, and part of them being as important is pulling their weight. And despite them, and they know, like, look, most everyone in here has played a sport at some point in their life. You had to have. I'd imagine you've done something athletic or something competitive in your life. When you're not doing well, I mean, there's no one in the world's invincible. When you're not doing well, you know you're not doing well. But something that can help you through that is your leader. Be like, hey, come on, we need you. Let's buckle down. Let's get this. Come on, you got this. You're in. I've been in the ring. Like oh my God. Well, I don't know the correct term. Like friends that used to do MMA. I used to be on their side. I would talk to them in between rounds. You got, like, come on, let's go. You got this. You're in this. Let's go. Come on, let's do this, and this. You got it. You don't, like, just sitting someone in the NHL, the National Hockey League, where they're making millions of freaking dollars to play hockey and win you games, benching them. What are you really telling them? Now, it's another thing if they're assholes, they tell the coach, oh, go fuck yourself, and they're arguing with the players. That's a totally different story. But if a player's having a tough period, maybe he missed a shift, maybe you got to talk to him. You can't just bench the players, play these freaking mind games, because this shit does not freaking work. The mind games do not work anymore. You're fucking with these kids. You're ruining them. You need to tell them, we need you. Again, buckle down. Let's get this. We're a team. We're a unit. Let's go. In a Ryan Strome interview, they were saying, like, we all yelled at each other in the locker room. That should not be happening. Like, it's going to happen, and I understand that. But that should not be I got shit on my laptop. That's not what should be resolving in between period issues. What should be resolving that is the coach saying, you know what, boys? That was a really tough freaking period. We did this, and this wrong. We got to get our shit together. Again, buckle down. Let's get our shit together and get out there and let's kick the shit out of these guys for the second and third period. Not walk in there, scream and yell like a fucking child, sit players because they're not playing to your expectations and expecting everything to work itself out. That's not a coach. That's not a leader. That's an asshole. All right? Part of being a leader, you can lead. There's many ways to lead. Leading by example, yada, yada, yada. The most efficient way to lead when you're working with adults, like people, mature people, is to just let them know, like, we need you. Let's go. Come on. Like, I'm relying on you. I don't know. I don't like it when he plays these fucking mind games and he benches people. It makes no sense to me. It really does. What are you teaching them? They're not in college anymore. These are grown freaking men with grown-up responsibilities. Sure, they play in the NHL. They're living childhood dreams, but they still have responsibilities at the end of the day. They're still adults. Treat them like adults. You cannot be treating adults like kids, especially when they're making millions of freaking dollars and you need them to be winning you games. I don't understand it. It's driving me. I don't like that philosophy. I don't like sitting a player out because he had a tough game. Now, if he had a few weeks in a row where this guy just needs to fucking sit down and get his shit together, that's fine. Player can't have one bad game or one bad period and justify a benching. It makes no sense, especially when there's some of your top players. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know. It's just maybe when it comes to people, I tend to be very liberal and open and wanting people to get their shit together and get going. Like when I work, I've had people work under me before. It's similar to coaching. If someone's having a tough go with things, like in the sales world, if you haven't made a sale in a while, your boss can tell you don't show up to work the next day. That's not what your boss fucking tells you. Your boss tells you, hey, let's sit down, let's talk, let's work on some things, let's get our shit together, and let's get you going again. You don't fucking say, oh no, don't show up to work. You don't bench them. You don't tell them take a break. That's not what you tell them. Like it's a job. Like, I don't know. You know, I've rambled on for too long. I'm just repeating myself at this point. You know what? Just comment down below your thoughts on everything I said. Comment down below what you're thinking. It's going to be a long season. There's going to be things to be said. I mean, I'm frustrated. I get it. You know, as are most people are frustrated. I'm sure the Rangers themselves are frustrated. But let's talk. Let's create some dialogue amongst the Ranger fans. I want to see what you guys have to say. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.